Iran just made the first move against the United States, and while it's nice to be right, there are just some things that I talk about here on the channel that I wish I was sometimes wrong. You guys remember when I said that there's a high probability that Iran will target our infrastructure, specifically our water or power grid systems?
You've been hacked. That's part of the message sent by an Iranian-backed group called Cyber Avengers today as it hacked the Aliquippa Water Authority. The chairman of the board of directors at the Water Authority tells KDKA an alarm went off at the booster station as soon as it happened, and crews were able to disable the system. The station impacted, monitors, and regulates pressure for Raccoon and Potter townships. The Water Authority says part of the software that was hacked is Israeli-owned, and according to the Cyber Avengers X page, the group has taken responsibility for several worldwide attacks, including 10 water treatment plants in Israel as of October 30th. The Water Authority spokesperson tells KDKA they're now operating that system manually and stresses at no time was the drinking water or water supply at risk.
I don't mean to be that guy, but I gotta be. Are we gonna trust that this water is safe? I mean, I would love for this attack to have done nothing more than just raise an alarm, but I just can't help but feel just a little bit worried. You see, they've told us before that the water was fine. Do you guys remember this?
Leslie Run flows through Kathy Reese's backyard in Negley, Ohio. Her biggest concern is also the water after seeing dead fish in it. A representative with the Ohio EPA says they're aware of this, but people don't need to worry. The water is safe, they say.
Don't tell me it's safe. Something's going on if the fish are floating in the creek.
In the meantime, Kathy says she's using bottled water and paper plates, and Lisa is prepared to truck in water if she needs to.
We have called the number to have our well tested. We haven't heard anything back yet. We were told that we'd have to wait until they know what to test for. So that's kind of what we're waiting on.
And just to give you guys an update, they're still not done with the cleanup there. This happened, what, almost 10 months ago? I've even seen an update where this was directly linked to methods that international terrorist groups use to derail trains, meaning that yes, this may have been a terrorist attack months before we were even warned by the FBI. Here's a quick question. If more attacks like this do occur, do you believe that the administration in charge will be able to protect us? Comment a quick yes or no on that one, and while you're deciding on that, make sure to smash the like button. It's a huge boost for the algo, and if you guys are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Now, this is not the first time that they've tried to hack into our systems, specifically infrastructure that you and I need on a daily basis. Were you aware that back in 2020, reports were coming out that Iranian hackers were, quote, password spraying our power grids? Now, of course, you're probably asking, well, what the heck is that, right? Well, it's setting a common password for hundreds or even thousands of different accounts that target US electric grid and utility systems and even oil and gas firms. Microsoft confirmed this and said that this move was most probably the first step towards sabotage attempts. Wait, what did the FBI say about possible attacks here at home?
Our most immediate concern is that violent extremists, individuals or small groups, will draw inspiration from the events in the Middle East to carry out attacks against Americans going about their daily lives.
Think about it. What about our daily lives will be most affected by something that's done on a huge scale? By limiting our access to power and water, a lot of damage can be done. Those two things combined make up like 95% of our day-to-day lives, if not even more. So if something were to happen to the water or the electrical grid, well, who knows what could come next? Microsoft even confirmed that Iranian hackers have successfully hacked dozens of companies in the defense, satellite, and pharmaceutical sectors in this year alone, guys, with many of these companies being based here in the United States. They reported this, I think, mid-September, so almost a month before the Hamas attack. Now, this clearly means that they've been brewing something up and, well, it looks like it's time for action here. Now, here's an idea. Just how long do you think that you would last without water? Or how about power? Now, I'm sure there's going to be at least one comment, oh, here comes Ron again, putting fear into our hearts. And to be honest, guys, this is not the case. I'm here to inform you of what could be coming. I'm here because I actually care. And if that gains me a few people who dislike me because I want to warn people in advance, then so be it. But I know that the people in this community, those who are actually caring about our country as well, you guys are going to be hearing this update and you're going to do whatever you need to do depending upon your situation to prepare. I'm not telling you to go out and buy gallons upon gallons of water, toilet paper, and all that stuff. That's up to you. I'm not telling you to buy a generator. Again, as I always say, you know, this stuff is entirely up to you. But it's nice to be ahead of the bad news before it comes down. You know what I'm saying? And I also want to remind you guys that Iran's not the only country who wants to hack us. I mean, there's China, Russia, and of course, you know, can't forget forget about North Korea. You know that saying about the enemy of my enemy is my friend? I think this ties in very well here because these countries see eye to eye on one very heavy topic, and that is that they don't really like the United States. And obviously, they're also not very fond of President Joe Biden. North Korea even launched a spy satellite recently, and the first targets that he had, the first bases that he wanted to see just hours after launch, were U.S. bases in Guam.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un oversaw the Tuesday launch. State media says the spy satellite successfully reached orbit. Kim wants an array of spy satellites to monitor U.S. and allied troops in the region. But that will depend on the number and quality of images those satellites can produce. Earlier this year, South Korea's military recovered parts of a North Korean satellite that crashed into the sea. It said the device had no military utility. But that's debatable, says analyst Su Tianjian.
I think that even a satellite with rudimentary capabilities could still be a first step or modestly improve North Korea's situational awareness.
Though the Tuesday launch was expected, it prompted alerts and even brief evacuation warnings in southern Japan. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida condemned the move.
Even if the purpose is to launch a satellite, using ballistic missile technology is a clear violation of the relevant United Nations Security Council resolutions. It is also a very serious matter that greatly concerns the safety of our people.
And now they're warning that they're going to be sending even more of these satellites up into space since they need to monitor the US and its allies. Which now brings me to a very, how do I call it, touchy subject. A controversial topic, if you will.
President Biden's numbers have been terrible for weeks now. Politico with the headline, "The polls keep getting worse for Biden." Well, Marianne Williamson is still out there for Democrat voters who want anybody but Biden. And then there's Biden's latest Democratic 2024 challenger, Congressman Dean Phillips, who posted this. As a member of House Democratic leadership, I supported and promoted the Biden agenda. I campaigned for him, voted for him, and respect him. But how can anyone read this, meaning that political article, and conclude he's positioned to defeat Donald Trump? It's delusional. Name calling. The Hill now reports Biden's allies want their party to rally around Biden. One told critics to pipe down. Another says it's imperative Democrats band together, stop bedwetting, and focus on how to win.
Many people here in the country feel as if the commander-in-chief, President Joe Biden, is not exactly equipped to deal with all of these wars. Like, we've had our troops attacked multiple times overseas, and with this latest supposed attempt to attack our water system, it honestly feels like nothing is being done to protect the American people. So I'm asking you guys, because this is by far the best and the smartest community here on YouTube, do you feel safe knowing that the wheel is now under the Biden administration? And with Biden manning the wheel, do you think that we're headed for calmer waters, or should we brace ourselves for a more bumpy ride? Make sure you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. And before I go, I want to thank you guys for your time. Check out the all new YouTube channel, Truth Exposed. There is a link in the description down below this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.